Okay guys, welcome back again. It's still your boy, the Legend FS Academy, and I want to thank each and every one of you, those who subscribe, those who are watching, those who are commenting. I want to say thank you all to you guys, and without wasting much of our time, we're back again on the weekly analysis as we do it here week in, week out. So first and foremost, we had a rough week last week. That was the week that ended, which if you watch my previous video, I did called AUDUSD, GBPUSD and USDCHF. But something happened last week, and something caught my attention last week. I said, okay, anytime we encounter such decision in the market, we don't panic. And you also see it, and that is why I'm showing you this. This was what I said last week, and that was on the 9th, 26, 2025, 6 to 25 a.m. I said it here that when things go south, you don't panic. You just need to take some time off, cool. You just need to take some time off, cool off, and reanalyze. By doing so, you will gain more clarity. What do I mean by this is that I longed AUDUSD, which I didn't analyze on my chart, and I told you what I've been looking for. And I also said that if things didn't go well, that means we may likely see a bearish move from the weekly standpoint, which I showed you guys also. And this is what when I reanalyzed, when I took my time off, I cooled off, and when I reanalyzed, this is what I found out, and I updated my the platform where I belong. I said, if this M pattern can hold break below the neckline, that means GBPUSD would drop, and it is about 1,000 pips plus drop. But until then, we'll wait for a pattern to complete. Watch, guys, same pattern, same counter trend line break, and you know what it look like, what we look out for on the weekly time frame chart pattern. Of course, you can read it to understand what I mean by that. But it's okay. Let me quickly, enough of this. Let's just quickly head over to the analysis. This analysis is going to be a top-down analysis on GBPUSD, and after GBPUSD, I will just touch a few. I've done my analysis on them. I will just touch a few on the AUDUSD and USDCHF as time permits, because I don't want this video to be too long. So I will just touch a few tips on them, and I will call it a day. First, let's quickly head over to weekly to GBPUSD. First, you know how we'll do it here. We'll first go over to monthly time frame. When I reanalyze, and let me take this off. Let me take it off. So when I reanalyze, I said, okay, I figured out that there was a resistance zone here, but it is not that obvious on monthly. It was not that obvious on monthly, because a lot of people we were bullish at the moment. We are targeting this zone, which is normal. We are targeting this zone, which is normal. These are unforeseen contingency where we don't foresee that it will come. A lot of us were targeting this zone, thinking that the market will get here. But you know, as a matter of fact, as a trader, once things happen, you intend to be carried away. That your TP zone is where your mind will be at the moment until you have some loss. That is when you have to reanalyze. It's normal. It's not peculiar to a particular trader. It's all trader. So now, since the market could not get to our designated TP, which is somewhere here. So now, after the crash on last week, so I decided to reanalyze and know why it happened. So firstly, when I get over to the monthly, I saw this bearish engulfing, and we have this sweet bearish engulfing, here, and it's happening on the resistance zone. Note, on the resistance zone, and I will also be showing you on the weekly to show you what the pattern here gave and the pattern here gave. And this is why I'm betting that if the pattern can be complete, that GBPUSD is about to rally 1,000 pip move. So now we see this bearish engulfing, we see this pullback, we see this green pullback, and it's like the market wants to continue going lower. So now let's quickly go over to weekly, because weekly is where everything looks so juicy. So now this is the same resistance that happened here. We have this same pattern here. This was M pattern. Let me clone it so that when I get to daily, you can be able to see it clearly. Let me okay, this is M pattern that has it when the moment it got here. This was head and shoulder, head left and the left shoulder and the right shoulder. The moment we broke below this head and shoulder pattern, the market came back to come and test it from the weekly standpoint. And once the market get it, the market gave us this particular double top here on the neckline of the head and shoulder. I said, okay. And you know that in trading, we say that if a pattern has repeated before, that there is high chance that the pattern is still going to repeat himself in the future. So that is what we believe in trading. And here comes again in the future. The market got to this particular same resistance again, the neckline again, and the market note, okay, you see that there was a counter trend line break here, and also there was an M pattern here on this particular zone here. The same thing happened here. We had the same head M pattern here, and from our weekly standpoint, the market has broken below the trend line, but the neckline is still intact. The neckline from the weekly standpoint is still intact. So now this is the neckline from the weekly standpoint here. This is the neckline, and the neckline has not been taken out yet. So now we have to wait until the neckline is taken out. Note, this is from a weekly standpoint, but what I'm calling your attention to is for you to observe the same pattern that has formed in the same zone. The same pattern that has formed in the same zone. Observe it and know this pattern when it did form here. When it did form here, it closed below the neckline, and there was a retest on the daily time frame, and the market rally and the market dropped significantly. So now the same thing has happened here again. So we are now anticipating for the neckline to be taken out, because the principle of chart pattern states that the neckline must be taken out and it must retest for the pattern to be valid. So we've gotten what we need. We've gotten that the same pattern has formed previously, and we are giving the same pattern again. Now we cannot head over to weekly, because as a swing trader, what you have to be doing is you go over to your monthly to analyze, to check the candlestick pattern on monthly, or obviously it's not chart pattern on monthly, because you may not likely see chart pattern on monthly, but whenever chart pattern forms on monthly, it's very solid and solidified. So now on weekly, when you come over to weekly, what you want to be looking at for is your chart pattern. So once you've looked out for chart pattern, if there's any that form on the weekly, then on the daily is where you want to come and put in your trend line, do others, your Fibonacci and zone, fair value gap, or other block, whatever you'll be looking for. So that is what you do on daily. So we can see on daily. Okay, let me quickly go back here. You see what I mean? You see that the market, when the market broke this particular counter trend line here, the market came back with a retest somewhere here. This trend was not even enough to come back to the trend line, and the market collapsed all the way from there. Now, the idea behind this was that the neckline was taken out. Now back to this particular zone here again. Now back here. So also the neckline has not been taken out yet, but this counter trend line has been taken out. So ideally, what you have to be waiting for is a pullback to this particular counter trend line here. Once we get a pullback, and the pullback should not go back inside the trend line. If this pullback now can come and close inside this trend line and shoot up again, that means this particular trend may likely be a force. This particular breakout may likely be a force. But from what I'm seeing from the weekly time frame, I think that the market may likely collapse, because he has given us what he did before and what he's about to do again. Because from here now, we can say that the market has been bearish until this particular neckline is taken out. This was the weekly neckline, but this was the one I picked daily on. I picked this daily on. That is why I use it as my zone. I'm just highlighting this for you guys to know that there is a weekly neckline here, just to make it look sharp, but I didn't include it. I don't want too many line on my chart, so that is why I didn't include it. I have to remove it. I'm just showing you guys for showing sake. So now, if you can be able to take out this if this particular neckline was able to take out, and we break below it, from here to here is about 1,000 pip drop. So this will be our next target here. This will be our next target. But until then, we have to still wait patiently to see what this guy will do. If this guy can rally back here, somewhere here, and give us what we call, our chart. If you have been following me, you know what I always look out for. I look out for 4-hour M pattern here. That is a sign of rejection, because the way the market is going now, the market is just making, you can see that from the 4-hour time frame, the market is still bearish. The market is just showing us bearish. This will not be a better counter trend line, but I think, let's just think it's not, because we need to have at least two peaks for us to draw trend line, but it's not accurate. So what we need to do is just to wait patiently, at least for this market to get to this particular trend line. On 4-hour, it may likely do what I call the stop loss run. On 4-hour, it will be fine. If this particular guy can come and close inside here on 4-hour, I will not mind and give me something like this. This will not be what I'll be looking for. So if we can see something like this, then it's fine. Then we can now follow the trend down. But if you want to play more conservative, you have to wait for this trend line, for this neckline to be taken out. Once this neckline is taken out, then this particular zone is also taken out. Then we are going for 1,000 pips drop, simple and short. So enough of GBPUSD. You know what we're looking for. Let's quickly head over to AUDUSD. And after AUDUSD, we'll just touch a little bit about USDCHF. You can see last week I didn't call this guy. I said that if all this zone failed, if you watch the last week video, you will see that I didn't mention the zone. I said if all this zone failed, this particular zone here, if it can fail, that means we will be heading lower. And currently, this is the zone that the market is reacting from currently. This is the zone the market is reacting from currently. So now the what is holding us at is this market has to still shoot up a little bit. If this market shoot up a little bit and come above here, then we have to be waiting for another break, another shoot down to take off this trend line. So this is what I'll be keeping my eyes on AUDUSD, because initially I was bearish on AUDUSD. But I said it here last week that if all these zones fail, that the market may likely collapse from here, because weekly is still showing us a bearish flag pattern. And once a bearish flag pattern form on weekly, you know what it means. So that the market is definitely going to collapse. And again, what I find out in my analysis last week when I did it was that this was a neckline of this M pattern from the weekly standpoint, a neckline of this M pattern. Let's quickly go over to daily and see that the market has gotten there previously. The market, see, the M pattern is more obvious on daily. The market got here, give us this pattern, break the neckline, came back and retest, and the retest was successful, and the market collapsed all the way from there. And the same thing is happening here again. The market got here, although there was a supply zone somewhere here, a supply zone here. The market got there again, touched the trend line, which I caught the move off from somewhere here. I caught the move from somewhere here to here. It was uptrend then. So the market touched this particular trend line with the supply zone, and the market did what? Respected this particular trend line, and the market shoot down. So again, now we are just waiting for the market to give us this kind of formation. If this market can touch this particular trend line, at least go above this particular trend line, and we have a shoot down from there, this will be our guide. If this market comes here and now form a base for us, form this kind of base for us, that means we'll have to still wait for a clear direction, because we have to trade in line with the weekly. Since the daily has failed, according to the video I did last week, I said these are the zone I'll be keeping my eyes on. But if they failed, that means we have to respect the weekly. We have to respect the overall time frame, which is the weekly. Weekly is still showing us a sign of bearish. This is a sign of where is my trend line? A flag. Let me say just a flag. You can see this is the pole. This is the pole of the flag. So ideally, if everything being equal, if the weekly will have to break below this particular counter trend line, we may see a rally down. So enough of AUDUSD. Let's quickly touch over to USDCHF in order for us to wrap up the video, because I don't want this video to be too long. What happened? My chart just disappeared. What happened? Is my data? I don't know. Okay, we are back. Maybe I have my data. Okay. Now we can see. Let me quickly just touch a bit on the USDCHF. You know that USDCHF is still in line with DSY. Whatever DSY is doing, that is the same thing that this guy is doing. So on a DSY also, we are having this double bottom here, but not confirmed yet. But this was the formation of double bottom, and the market is showing us that I'm getting weaker. I can no longer go bearish again. So we have this double bottom, which is fine, and the market is now about to shoot up again. But if you're about to trade this guy, this will be your TP zone. This will be your TP zone. Definitely, if everything being equal here, I will likely take this trade here until if this particular neckline can be able to break and break above it. The same thing is happening on DSY, the same thing is happening on here also. So if you are trading this, you are trading DSY also, because it's same chart. But I don't want to go into DSY. I don't want this video to exceed 16 minutes or 17 minutes at max. So that is why I'm just doing everything fast for you guys to just understand what I mean. So we have a double bottom from the weekly. From the daily, the market has given us what we call inverse head and shoulder. Left shoulder here, right shoulder here, and the neck here. And the neck has been broken to the upside. So this is a retest now. This is a retest. This is a double confirmation for us. This is a double confirmation for us. This, you can see that the inverse head and shoulder is more clear here. Left shoulder, right shoulder, and the head here. So now it has broken up, it has broken the neck, and this is coming for a retest. So if this retest can be successful, at least we have to take a buy from here to here. So I've done my analysis, and this is what I'm waiting for. I know as you watch this video, please go and do your own also, and let's keep waiting until the market gives us what we are waiting for. We know what we are waiting for, and once the market plays out, once the market plays out the way we want it, we will strike. So I remain your boy, the Legend FS Academy. Please, if you like my video, give me a thumbs up, and if you don't also like it, give me a dislike. But tell me in the comment box below what to do to improve in my next video. As you all know, nobody knows it all. I'm here to learn, you learn. I'm here to learn, you are here to learn. You learn from me, and learn from you until we attain the level which I call the CPT, consistent profitable trader. I'm not totally there yet, and I know a lot of traders are not totally there yet. Why not join me and let's go together until we attain that level? Bye for now. I will come your way again with another super educative video within the week. I will still remain your boy, the Legend FS. Bye, and please do subscribe to my YouTube channel and give me a thumbs up. Bye.